Welcome to the Healing Hour. I am your host, Athena Rodriguez, and we'll be having some healing conversations. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Healing Hour podcast. Today, we have a special episode in which we have three wonderful, incredible powerhouse guests, and I want them all to introduce themselves to you.
I guess I'll go first. My name is Mandy Coger. I am an energy broker. So I have my own energy brokerage firm here in Houston. Here in Texas in general, we cover all deregulated areas of Texas. So we help residential customers with their electricity bill. We help small and large commercials with their electricity services. And then we help homeowners with their solar installations. And I'm an author, so...
Love it. Love that.
Okay. Well, my name is Sydney. I'm from Houston. I'm currently an HR recruiter, so I recruit nurses, medical assistants, LVNs. So if you are a nurse or anything like that, please reach out to me. But yes, I've been doing that for about 2 years now, and I'm working on a business, but I'm currently a recruiter right now. So
Love that.
And my name is Ania. I am currently a customer success manager. I work for a sales as a service company, Yelp. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Yelp, but yeah, Yelp.
I Yelp everything.
Yeah.
Make sure it's good.
So I work for Yelp, and then I'm also a content creator.
Love that.
Yes.
Yes, I feel like we all kind of have a content creator background, or at least a start.
Yes.
And it's just so much money on the table with this right now, and it's like even the shyest of people are forced out of their shell and into a bag.
Yes. Literally.
Yes.
Sure.
So how are you ladies feeling today? What's the vibe?
Doing all right. Doing good.
doing pretty well today.
Doing good. Right. Yeah. Some of y'all can't see us if you're not on the visual. You know, if you're not on YouTube, you probably can't see us. But yeah, like some of us are drinking and some of us ain't. So tell us a little bit more
I would
about
love
that.
one right now.
Right. Who ain't drinking?
I'm not.
Okay. Why aren't you drinking?
So I'm currently not drinking right now because of religious reasons. Like,
Okay.
I had a very rough past 3 months, and I was just like, 2025 cannot be like this. What is this?
Clean it up. Clean it up.
Fix this. I told God I didn't want to be a part of his strong soldiers list. Like, what is this? But here I am, and I just was like, you know what? In order to reset my mind, my soul, my heart, my body, I was just like, I'm giving up liquor, hookah, and I'm giving up meat.
Period.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
So how long is your fast?
Ugh. Do you really want to remind me?
I want to know how long it is.
Okay, so I ultimately don't have a destination date because I feel like I just want God to work his ways
Whenever
and
you
work
feel
his
healed.
magic. Whenever he feels like I can go back to just having a little fun,
Yes.
Yeah.
then yes. But ultimately before my birthday,
Right.
which is my birthday's June. So
Okay.
June.
You should be healed by then, girl.
Yeah.
Please, baby, can you help me?
Right? You should be healed by then.
Yes.
What about you?
So when I first moved here, I was doing too much. And I just decided no alcohol, no sugar. I'm trying to get my gut health right, trying to get the skin glowing from the inside. So I'm like, you know what? I don't need to be drinking right now. Plus, you make the worst decisions when you get to that level. And you like, hello? Where you at?
Right.
So I don't need to be making
No more of that.
decisions right
No more of that. I don't think that's ever happened while I've been sober. That's never happened. It's always been like clear-headed. But that's so funny that you say that. It's like, I feel like Houston women just have this experience of like a major outside phase.
Yes.
I feel like, it's a rite of passage. Like Houston women have like this outside phase where the party's nonstop. And I mean, you're drinking too much, doing too much, and I don't know. I had a blast.
It's definitely like that.
You get
like
burnt
2
out.
o'clock in the morning, they like, area, We going?
Now strip club.
I'm
Shout
going
out
home.
studio.
Right?
I'm tired of drinking. My liver is tired. Yes. Houston will have you outside.
Limping. Okay.
You know, I feel like the solution to that, hear me out.
Right.
Okay. I feel like the solution to that would be just have liquor 24/7. Like, I feel like we should be able to buy liquor all the time.
Yeah.
Because we get tired of it.
Right.
We would get sick of it. Like New Orleans,
Okay.
they don't go out.
Yeah.
It's closed. Okay.
Right.
They're going home. They're going home and partying.
Yes.
I want to go home and party too.
Exactly.
So I feel like if we were just like 24/7 liquor,
Yeah.
I think that should solve the problem.
That is true. Like when my out of state friends come in, it's like, y'all can't buy liquor on Sundays? Like, yeah, no. But you can go to 10 different bars if you wanted to.
We do have a pre-brunch, brunch, after brunch,
Okay.
After brunch,
midday pre-up.
just come ready.
And
Like,
then the night's out.
come dressed. Come dressed for brunch because you're going to be out to the strip club on Monday. Like,
Literally.
all the way
Out
down.
Sunday to Monday.
Right. Why do y'all think that, like, women have their way in Houston so much? Because I feel like every woman that has visited Houston just has a blast. Why do y'all think that?
That's a good question.
Do you want?
The club is full of ballers and they pockets feel grown.
No, they're not. They're full of
But they
scammers.
They full of scams
They
and
not
promises.
From Houston. They not from Houston.
That's
It'd be the ones from New York.
No,
and stuff.
true.
Right.
So the ballers
You're
is
right.
not in Houston. I mean, maybe a few.
No, you're right.
Maybe a few. But
Right.
you know.
I'm trying to think. I just feel like it's just because it's like a turnover city. Like, you know, like it's like everybody, since I've been here, I haven't really met people who are truly from here. So I feel like the people that come, they got people with them and then they meet other people and they're like, hey, come to the section. And then you got a section full of like 30 people.
Yeah.
And then it's like party keep going, like you said. Then you have bad habits with 50 people and you're like, wait, huh? And they're like, tomorrow, come back tomorrow. And then you're doing it
Right.
every single day. But you need the women because then you got
Right.
the other men that want to be like, hey, who over there? And then they might put in on the bottle too. So.
Right. I feel like that Southern hospitality too is like real strong down here. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so easy to network in Houston. And a lot of my, you know, I'm from Boston, and a lot of my friends that come from somewhere else, we always have like that common experience. Like, people down here really put each other on. Like, it's not a stingy city. Like, if you go out for a straight, consistent year in Houston, I promise you'll meet everybody in the city.
True.
You're not lying.
Everybody.
You're
You just need
absolutely right.
you need to lock into the nightlife for 1 year.
You know, that's not a joke, actually. So I actually have a funny story. I actually never went out. I started working very early. Like, I was just like always pretty much doing me, like always working like constantly. And I dedicated 1 year. I'm like, you know what? I'm going out. I'm going to meet people because I started doing commercial electricity. And so I'm like, if I get out here, and it was during COVID per se, like a little bit before COVID, when COVID was like, COVID-19 was starting to do a thing. And I was like, if I get out here, all the owners of the commercial clubs and stuff and bars are going to be in the restaurants because they barely have any workers. I'm going to meet them. I'm meeting you guys. And so when I was meeting them, I was like, oh, I'm getting clientele.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Right.
Like, so you're not joking when you say that. Like, it's
Exactly.
literally a true thing.
I'm like, although I'm like burnt out of the nightlife, I'm like, should I thrust myself back in it? Because that's like the best networking, I feel like. The best networking happens in the club. And when someone told me that, I was like, I always like thought like, would you even like remember meeting me? But no, you just got to keep going to the club because they'll remember you.
Hello.
Keep going.
I'm so glad. I feel like I'm not by myself with this because I literally, and if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. I literally get bashed because they're like, oh, Mandy's always outside. I'm like, I am networking.
Right, this is networking.
I am working,
With my
okay?
peers.
And then, you know, one thing they can never say is that even if I go out and I could be up until literally 5 a.m., 6 a.m., guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to be up at work 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not missing no conference calls. I'm not missing no meetings. I'm not missing nothing, okay? And I'm still be out Tuesday.
Exactly. You gotta be a functional alcoholic in Houston. Like,
Yes.
I did not let it stop me from like school or work. Like, it was like, okay, strip club, then you smell like you know, a bunch of smoke
Hate it.
and alcohol,
That's the only part.
and you sitting in class with like a bunch of people feeling judged. Like, well, I had a blast. the Migos or whoever I was with.
Okay.
Literally.
I was somewhere.
Right. At a time. That is funny. So how do you think, like, in Houston, how do you think that plays a part in, like, the dating scene out here?
I ain't even been worried about it, man. I
know that's
I'm
right.
not even gonna.
I know, like 2025, I feel like we are decensoring men.
Right.
That is the goal. So,
That's the truth.
how about you, ladies? Valentine's Day is coming up. So, where's everybody at?
I'm not going to self-incriminate.
I'm chasing the bag. No,
Okay.
you know what? And it's really unfortunate. And this is a very, like, such a touch. I have a very different mindset when it comes down to dating, I think. I don't think I'm a hopeless romantic, literally a hopeless romantic. And it sucks because I live here in Houston, and Houston is just not the dating pool, 0 stars. Do not recommend.
Ghetto.
Turn around.
Yeah.
But I'm 34, and for me, and I always tell myself I have no kids, you know, and I'm not in any relationship that's like, oh my God, I'm gonna get married tomorrow for sure.
Right.
You know, so it's just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And I have 4 cats. So for me, I'm like, oh my
You're
God, am I
on
gonna
your
hit
way.
this?
Start, girl.
Am I gonna be this cat lady?
Okay.
But it's just really like, I don't know. Sometimes I tell myself often, I like wish that I would have changed roles in my mindset a little bit and not focus so much about work and about my career and stuff like that. And I know that sounds crazy, but now that I'm 34, I feel like I'm almost 40. Like when I say that, even though I'm not, but
my
I look
girl.
good. But I'm just saying.
Okay.
Be fucking for real.
Like, you're good.
You know, we're always a little dramatic. So I just feel like me dating, I would love to find that perfect person. But the standards are different. Absolutely now.
Right. It kind of comes to a point like, is your perfect person in Houston, Texas? And I feel like
Are they on
Maybe
the
he's
earth?
here in Texas visiting.
Right. Because
yeah.
he's not here.
I feel like,
He's not from here.
yeah, you go to different cities, and I feel like, okay, so here's the trade-off. In Houston, you have, unlimited resources, and you have a bunch of connections, and then you have a bustling nightlife and a great economy. But then your trade-off is you don't have that, like, that small town, like maybe my soulmate is in like Missouri or North Carolina or something where, like, you know, it's not 1,000,001 baddies in one city. Like,
But social media makes it so
much.
accessible. So, girl,
Yeah.
it wouldn't even matter.
It would.
right?
That little hillbilly gonna
But
find
Houston, though, wait.
Right.
You gonna find that girl.
Okay.
Right. Houston
yeah.
just makes it harder though. Like, I feel like
I think Houston is really hard to date because, like we were just talking about, outside, and I feel like a lot of men feel like they have options. I mean,
Yeah.
we have
Absolutely.
options too, but I think
Absolutely.
their pool is a little bit larger than ours.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of unfortunate for us, but we just have to venture out. Like, I think we
Right.
need to just travel more and, meet some men. Have
That is
fun.
true. You gotta, if you can't find the man in Houston, bring the
Right.
Houston to the man. Did I say that right? If you don't have a man in Houston, bring the man to Houston.
But see, that's
what I
part of
mean.
my fast too. I hope that, like, by me fasting, like, I hope that maybe somehow, some way,
Right?
that perfect person would be like, you know what?
Exactly.
All right, I see you know how to be disciplined.
Right.
So hopefully, I don't know.
I feel like I'm gaslighting God right now. Like, I'm like, I don't want no man. I don't need a man.
Yeah.
Because, they always say, like, whenever you're not
Yeah.
looking,
You fine.
you fine. So, I be telling God, like, I don't even want a man.
Right.
No, I
Side eye you.
am manifesting. My man is out there. He's looking for me. He wants me. Okay, he's 6 foot something.
I love you.
Okay,
too.
looking good. No, I am manifesting it every single day. I don't care.
Right.
Like, just how they say, like, you need to manifest, like, the things that you want, the successes, like the money, the fortunes and stuff.
Yeah.
I do the same thing when it comes to actually having a family.
Yeah.
Right.
So I say no. Every day I'm like, ooh. Sometimes I even go to bed like a little rub my stomach. Like, I can't wait to have a little baby.
Right?
Oh my God. Am I delulu?
No, you're not. But I do think, like,
You're not.
on like a serious note, I do think fasting is the best way to get what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So like every January I do dry January and like the Daniel fast, so no drinking and you can only eat fruit and vegetables. And I think every January is like a blessing. So I think it's
Right.
good to fast to get what you're looking for. you know, stay spiritual, stay prayed up
Right.
with God.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that fasting is important. I remember I did a 3-day fast, and I was like, you know what? I don't have any expectations. I'm just doing it because I feel like I want to get more connected. And God said, good.
Yeah.
And I got what I was fasting for. So I think fasting is a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I always fast during Lent time. That's why I'm like turning up right now because the 40 days and 40 nights ain't no
Yeah.
joke, right? Until Easter where you break our fast. And I just feel like there's always like an energy elevation when I'm done with the fast. But like, y'all, I feel like last time I did my fast, whatever, I thought that I was like receiving what I was praying for, and it ended up being like a complete counterfeit. And I think
Ooh.
it was like a test. I think God was testing me after my fast into like seeing, like, okay, now that I know that you can die to your flesh, can you also look into your past lessons and fish for discernment from that?
That's deep.
So, like, I was like, dang, y'all, I got punked. I was like, this person was everything on my checklist. Like, what?
Yeah, but you know who else hear you when you asking for stuff too. So
Right.
That's true.
yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So you gotta get specific. Because God has a sense of humor.
Right.
And sometimes he'd be like, you think you want this, but you actually really don't. So
That is true. That is true. Ooh, yeah. I think that's so, like, important, though, to also be, like, very spiritually grounded as women. That's how I'm glad everybody has had their, like, fasting experience. I mean, you have to in this day and age. You have
So
to have
how's
some-
everybody's physical?
Physically, girl, I'm tired. Tired.
Tired.
Just, you know, out here chasing it, and it makes you exhausted. What about y'all? How y'all feeling?
you go to the gym? Is that what you're
I do.
asking?
I work out every day.
Okay, yeah.
I
need to
so
get
is that what you asking? Good.
Today I ran a mile.
And it shows. And it shows.
Yeah, a little miles a day, a little
That is
weight.
good.
I love to work out. I think it's good to, like, you know, what do they call it? The dopamines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to start,
know what I'm talking
honestly.
about.
I feel like your life changes when you start going to the gym
Yeah.
consistently.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I need to start.
Just moving your body around.
Yeah, I
it
don't.
Also
I work
raises
from
your
home.
vibrations.
I'm on the couch like 97% of the time.
Girl, you need to get up.
I'm going to be old, hunched over, like.
No.
Yeah, I work from home
Not
too.
that.
You need to get one of those things, like the little treadmill.
I just need to go to the gym. I keep saying that. I've been saying that for the last 3 years. I don't know. This body ain't going to be slim forever. So I'm going to have to really start working out or something, doing something.
I don't even do it for the look. For me, if I don't work out, I will literally go insane.
See, I need to get there.
I will literally like disrupt my whole day if I'm like not working out, because I'm like, I need some way to get my anger out, y'all. Like,
So do you do it in the morning or do you do 2-a-days or?
oh no, not 2 days. I don't got time for that. I try in the morning's the best for me, because by the end of my day, y'all, I have just enough time to like just enough energy to crawl in my bed and like watch the first 10 minutes of a Netflix show and like go sleep. That's it. That's all you get from me.
Yes.
What about y'all?
10 minutes of Netflix.
Right.
And my eyes
Are you
roll
like a
back.
morning girly?
I am, but not like 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Not 10 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, that is, important. I mean, okay. So with the fitness thing, is it important for a man to have, to be very fit or to have a regimen? What do y'all think about that?
Deal breaker if he's not in the gym.
Absolutely. We can't have two big backs in our house.
Too big.
Listen, I don't work out as much. Thank God. Like, I have like some type of like sporty athletic field, I guess. Like, it's not like I'm working out every single day, but when I work out, like, I can literally just like pick it up just like that. I'm a weight person. I am not doing no cardio. Do not ask me. I'm not doing it. But for me, like, yeah, my man, he has to have some type of, because if I give you the jar to open it, you can't open it. We have a problem. Like, I think it's just so much. It's something about being a man and being masculine.
Yeah.
It's super attractive. So,
Yeah, and it's like, why don't you want to work out? Like,
What's
as
wrong?
a man. Like,
as a man,
why don't you want to work out?
yeah.
What do you think?
I think having a routine is important for like everybody. So I think, well, see, me personally, since I don't go to the gym, I can't be like, yeah, you better get your up. but I think that, you know, having a routine, having something that you do is important. So that would be something I'm like looking for. Like, okay, what do you do though? Like, because video games or whatever the case may be, I don't want to see that all day. So yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, you do got to get up and go to the gym.
You know what? I think that okay.
Yeah, actually.
As much as like a gym rat that I am, I have never actually dated another gym person. Like, I've always like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, the personal trainers are a no.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Sorry. Yeah.
I've never dated like another like gym person. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I like me a little belly, y'all. I don't know. Don't judge me.
A little belly.
Emphasis. I like a little dad bod. A little.
You got a little.
I don't want to be cuddling with a rock now. Like,
Yeah, it can't be like
So funny.
like super rocked up where I'm like, damn, what is this?
Right.
sleeping on concrete.
Am I homeless? I'm trying to figure this out. But
Like
no,
you sleeping on the floor, cuddling with you.
you have to have some fat at least.
Right? So what is like your biggest ick for a guy to have? What's your icks? Let's get into that.
Let's
unpack.
specific.
Yeah, because
There are different categories of icks.
Yeah,
Getting out
there
the
is different
car.
categories.
Are we talking about looks? Are we talking about personality? Are we talking about the things that they do?
Just icks. Like, what is one thing that like if you're feeling a guy and he does this one thing, it's like, all right, it's a wrap.
I hate a know-it-all. Like, you just want to debate about everything, a contrarian. Like, if I say the sky is blue, and then he'll say, oh, well, sometimes, you know, it's hues of orange and purple, and I don't want to argue and debate about every little thing. Please. Please just give it a break. That's a major ick for me.
Right. So you like quiet men.
No, I like you to have an opinion, but, like, not all the time. Like, you could just sometimes just go with the conversation without it turning into, like, a debate. Because I feel like contrarians, like, you could say anything. Like, you could just say, like, I love shopping. They be like, I hate shopping. Like, I don't like the mall. I hate people. Like, dang.
Like doing it for attention at this point.
Yeah, like, what the heck?
Right.
So I think for me, hold on, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, y'all know we're in like a sassy man.
Oh yeah.
epidemic.
Apocalypse.
So as soon as I see a sassy comment, sassy act, or something, you're done.
Yeah,
cut
you're
off
done.
immediately. We're not doing that.
I literally think you took the words right out of my mouth.
Girl.
Because that is so big for me. I'm like, when I feel like you're more of the, and this is going to sound so bad that I say this, but if you feel like you're more of the prize and possession and treasure than the woman, I just,
Back it up.
I feel like that's been like the popular phrase that I've been hearing like the last few years that men have been saying is like, I'm the prize. Like, who taught y'all that?
I want to know too, like, when
y'all
did this
that?
become a thing?
honey, I'm the prize. You are supposed to be the Olympian. Okay, you're supposed to come get me.
Like, when did the roles switch? Like, when did the roles switch to where
So
like
crazy.
they are the ones who want to be chased?
So I think the roles kind of switched when a lot of women accept the bare minimum.
That part. Let's talk about it.
That's when it switched.
And I have to, and I love this subject because I think that it really did change when women also started thinking that they did not need a man.
Right.
Like I would like to say I'm successful. You can't get me to say I don't need no man. You cannot get it out of my mouth to say that. I am never gonna say no. I need one. Actually, immediately.
Immediately.
Who do you think is gonna like? No, I'm so, and it's so bothering when I hear women are like, I don't need a man. I'm independent. What?
Right.
Who? Who? Speak for yourself.
Right.
When they say, like, in the club, like, when they play that song, like, all the independent women or whatever, like, raise your hand.
You keep your hand down.
Someone got to open up this can.
Right.
Literally. No, I just think that's when roles really started changing, was just because women think that they're the powerhouse. And so guys, they didn't have any elsewhere to go in the household. So they're like, I'll stay at home. I'll stay at home and take care of the kids, you know? So.
Yeah, true. I think it's good to want love. Like, you can be an independent woman all you want to be, but at the end of the day, we want to come home to a little stomach.
We do.
Or we want
Right.
to cuddle up.
Yeah.
You just can't want love more than you just can't love a man more than you love yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel
Yeah.
like that's where the lines get blurred. Is,
Yeah.
you know, we were talking about accepting the bare minimum. And I think you guys both had some really great points. And, like, one, yes, like, when women started to, you know, say that we don't need a man, it's like, but here's the thing, like, women are so raw to the point where we really, when we put our mind to it, we really don't need nobody for nothing because women are, like, the force behind everything. Like, behind most powerful men is a woman pushing him because we just have that energy. But it's like, once we kind of like took them out the equation, kind of like an amputated limb, like it still move, like, you know, it adjusts to the movement even though the limb is no longer there.
But I feel like guys can think that way too.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I'm very traditional when it comes like to like love and stuff like that. So it's just like for me, I am independent. Like I honestly, I don't need a guy for really any like. Well, I can't even say that. I just cannot say that. I just cannot say that
Right.
because I do like there are things that a guy can do for me that I could never do for myself.
Right.
Like let's be honest. Like there's sex. There's
Yeah.
like certain masculine traits that I could never do for myself. Yeah. There are conversations that I could never convince myself of that a man could, right? Am I going to say that I worship a ground that a man walks in? Absolutely not, right? God comes before everything. But I just think that, I think that we kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for?
We
like,
girl boss too.
Yeah, we kind of
too
like
close to the sun.
drove off a little bit, like into the sunset. Like, like come back.
Right.
Like we
Take
just
it
need to
back.
come back
Yeah,
a little
really
bit.
in
Just
a
a
little
little
bit.
bit. Like I'm not saying that you cannot be successful. I'm not saying that you cannot have your own business, your own drive, your own hustle, your own ambition. No,
Yeah.
I think that all women should. But I just don't think that it should be to a point to where they're just like, I'm never gonna need a man.
Yeah.
That shit gets lonely. So
It does.
it's a no.
It does.
Right.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I've never had a boyfriend before. So
Really?
the desire
Oh my
is
God.
an all-time.
You are-
You never had a boyfriend.
You are so lucky.
What have you had?
I've
lucky.
never had a boyfriend. Truthfully.
Yeah, sneaky
okay,
link?
I had one in high school, but I feel like
Sneaky
that don't count. I mean, who don't have a sneaky link? But
okay,
right now,
so-
the sneaky
okay.
links are done. There's no
Okay.
You had a roster.
So, have you had your heart broken before?
Of course.
Okay,
From a
never mind.
situation.
I was about
From
to
a
say,
situation.
Those are the worst.
See, that's
though.
the
It's
problem.
always
that's the problem.
Yeah.
I was about to say, oh, you are
changed
so
my
lucky to not have to deal with.
At least you could have made him
pain
your
of a
boyfriend and it wouldn't
Yeah.
be so bad.
No, girl, it was still bad.
Jesus.
I had a homegirl who, like, she, you know, did everything right and, you know, waited until, like, you know, after her degree to date. And so she had her heartbreak later in life. And I'm just like, you're so lucky because, girl, by this age, I'm already bitter. Like, not bitter, but, you know, I mean, not bitter, but stiffer. But I'm like, you know, just to see somebody have, like, a pure set of eyes for love is so refreshing because you don't even know what's out there. You ain't even get hunted down yet. Like,
So you think it's better to have a heartbreak later than earlier?
okay, I think that's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm so conflicted about this because when you dealing with a heartbreak and you got to go to work the next morning, like your big girl job, it's different than being in high school where it's like I missed like 3 days of school when, you know, my high school boyfriend broke up with me off of crying. I could never do that in the real world. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Be at work like, hold on.
right. A wreck. Like, what do y'all think?
I don't know. Like, I feel like my standards for like even a break, like it would have to be something major. Like I haven't been in a real relationship or anything like that for like 3 years. And for me, even like the guys that like I date and talk to, like if I'm gonna be crying over you, like it better be good. You know? Like I might boohoo and cry for like 5-10 minutes, maybe an hour. You might get the rest of the night out of me, but after that, it's just like okay, done. Like because I just feel like if you're not bringing to the table what I really, really, truly need, eventually I'll just snap out of it.
Right.
Like, eventually I'll snap out of it.
That's a good point.
What?
you know, do you think that
Situationship.
it's, right?
Okay,
Do you think not being in a relationship yet has like, do you feel like you have a pure stance on relationships? Like, are you going into it with a fresh set of eyes, or
Okay,
how does
so we were talking earlier, like you're a hopeless romantic. I'm definitely a hopeless romantic. So I don't let anything that happened in my past come with me to my future
That's
or
a
the
good
now. So I feel like whenever I'm like dealing with somebody, I'm coming in fresh, clean slate. Like we starting from the bottom, we gonna work our way up. So you know, I think it's good to come in there with a clear mind.
right?
Yeah.
That's a good one though.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think?
I like to do a clean slate too, but if I start noticing patterns from a previous situation, then I might start like, okay, now this is feeling too familiar now. I don't know about you or any of this. So I think it's important to go in with a clean slate because you can't punish somebody for something that they didn't do. But
Right.
if they start moving, you know, kind of similarly, then I'll take, okay, this is how I handle it then. This is how I'm going to handle it now. So I don't know. I'm kind of like 50-50 on the fence. Like
I'm really big on communication. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Right.
that I try to go in. Well, I do. Clean slate. Like, we're not doing none of that. Like, I know
Yeah.
you're not my ex. You're not anybody I've ever dealt with. You're you. You know.
Right.
However, if I'm starting to see certain things, kind of like what you said, immediately what I've learned is I'm just going to communicate and then tell you, hey, you know what? I really don't like the fact that you don't call me.
Yeah.
Like 5 days. You know, 5 days later, I don't hear from you, and we're supposed to be dating. That's weird.
Oh,
you
no.
know.
Yeah, no,
Or
it's
something
crazy.
around those lines, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the fact that we've been, let's just say dating for a year or whatever the case is, and we haven't even been on but 2 dates or 3 dates. Like, this ain't nothing. Like, I've learned how to have those boundaries and just kind of like communicate and, be a little bit more upfront.
Yeah.
So what's like the fine line between like communicating and being accepting and just like your non-negotiable, like, okay, I'm not dealing with that, or I will compromise with that. Like, what is that for you, that sweet spot of like, okay, there's no more communicating. This is done.
Okay, so my main thing is saying you're gonna do something and then you don't do it.
That part.
Cut off.
Immediately.
And it's like I can communicate it, but if I communicate it once, I don't want to see it again. But if I keep seeing it, it's like, okay, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So
For sure.
That's smart.
That's a good one. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
I don't tolerate disrespect by any means. So like if out the gate you're being disrespectful, your conflict resolution skills are not the best, I think that that's a deal breaker for me. Like I can't kind of see it. I just got to be like, yeah, nah, cuz I see how you handle stuff and that's yeah.
Right. That's a good one too, though.
Yeah.
That's one of those transferable skills that will raise your children in the future.
Like
how
do
are you with conflict?
How do you think? What is your mindset like?
Yeah.
If you really can't, like if we can't have a conversation without you being disrespectful, then I feel like that's like elementary. You learn that in like when you're a kid. So if you handle things like a kid, then I don't think you could raise a kid because they're gonna get your traits.
That is true.
agreed.
Yes. So do y'all have like the same energy for like your girlfriends?
I think I have lately. Like, I went through a horrible situation with someone I thought was a really, really great friend, almost sister to me. So, like, now I feel like I've learned, like, it was so devastating for me.
Yeah.
I've learned that, like, not everybody is like that, but I've also learned to communicate, like, how I feel and not to keep everything, like, bottled up. And, like, if something happens that I don't like or a disrespect happens that I don't like, tell my friends.
Yes.
Right.
I think my friends are pretty open. Like, we're real sisterly. Like, we'll argue, but we gonna talk 5 minutes later. So, I give my friends grace, but we hardly really argue like that or, get into it.
Yeah.
It's a healthy relationship. But once I see, okay, with like new friends, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
Right.
But the day ones, no,
You just
we
got
locked
here.
in.
Right.
But yeah, the new
Day one,
ones,
girl, you
yeah,
better take a nap and get over
yeah,
it.
we don't communicate. But
Right.
I feel like with new friends, yeah, I'm definitely a one hit a quitter, because it's like when you're meeting new friends as an adult, you don't know who they were previously. So it's like you can be one way with me now, but I really don't truly know you. So if I feel like you saying or doing, because like friends that say mean things, but like as a joke, like haha,
I'm gonna play that.
I don't play that.
them little small digs, but trying to be funny, like that is a no for me.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that I can work with anything else, but that specifically,
No,
you gotta go.
That's a clear indicator that like someone's like a vicious hater.
Yeah.
Like, they hate you for real.
Yes.
Like you really do not like me at all.
The jokes are,
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
they're really the truth.
Right. Are y'all like individually? Do you think it's easier to make friends with men or women? Why?
They all act like nowadays.
know.
Right.
They do.
You're right.
I don't know. I have, I have a male best friend, and I have a male or female best friends too. So I don't know. It's a really hard question. But also, I don't think that I'm a typical I don't know. I don't think so much like some females. I like to say sometimes, because like a lot of my guys, like I have a hustler's mentality, and so that's what like brings me and my best friend, who is a male, like together. Like, and he's engaged. He has a child. Never been anything of that nature.
Yeah.
And we've made money together. We fussed at each other. We fought at each other before. Like we've been like that. And like I don't know. I feel like I can gravitate to both pretty easily.
Yeah, same. I have both. I think girls are, good friends to have, but the males, they gonna keep it real with you.
Right.
They gonna keep it real. They gonna tell you when that boy playing you.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think both of them for me is kind of equal.
You need a balance.
Yeah.
You need your Delulu side.
Okay.
Right.
No one's like, girl, be for real. Please be
Not
for
the
real.
Delulu side.
I feel like making friends as an adult, like with men, is hard because like you never know like their intent at like first. So it's like sometimes like I used to do music, so like a lot of the times I would like try to network with men, but it's like hard because then it's like they come out of nowhere like, yeah, so when you gonna let me take you out?
Right.
So it's like that part of it is like hard to make friends with men, but nowadays you make friends with a girl and she thinks she your man, so
That part.
I don't know. Making
do?
friends is
Jesus.
crazy.
How did you say that? You're not lying. Like,
You're
some of them will
not
blow your
lying.
phone
Yeah.
up. They be like, I
Yeah.
called you. Okay. And I was busy.
I didn't like your tone.
Yeah.
like, calm down, girl.
I think that kind of, I think we're onto something. So I think, how we were just talking about, like, hyper dependence in women. So it kind of raises the question, like, are women getting actually more independent, or are they starting to lean on their friends for what they previously would lean on men for? Because I feel like I've had, a lot of friends who put a lot on me emotionally, where I'm like, I'm not your man. It's not my responsibility to, like, make your birthday or anything special. Like, I'm just your friend. Like, I'm not, like, the person that is responsible for you emotionally. Like, you lend emotional support to your friends, but it's just a certain level that you should have with your own man. What do y'all feel about that?
I think community is important though. Like I feel
Right.
like you definitely like there's different types of intimacy. So I feel like you can still be intimate with your friends
Right.
as, opposed to how intimate you are with your man, but I think that sisterhood will save us. And
Right.
I just say that all the time because I feel like no, you don't want your friend relying on you for their emotional support, but also I feel like you said, it's lacking. So if you want to have a girls' night, we can have a girls' night. I'll cook for you. I might rub your feet a little bit, but I think that we're trying to overcompensate sometimes or like replace, and it's like I think timing is everything. So we kind of like get the lines blurred a little bit, and I don't know. I'm going on a tangent now because everything bleeds into each other. I feel like on one hand, you need a man, but you do need your sisters.
Right.
So I don't know. I just think that sometimes it does get a little too codependent, but
Right? I feel like it's just like, I don't know. I grew up kind of seeing like an old school relationship. Like I grew up at my grandma's house.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just certain things like, yeah, like she would kiki with her girlfriends and they would go out and do stuff. But like at the end of the night, like she
Right.
would talk to her husband about certain things. And I feel like now it's kind of transferring that. Like I've had friends get legitimately jealous that I've made other friends. Like we're not dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely an ick. But like you were saying something about like being in the working in the music industry, and that's clearly a male dominated field. Like most things are male dominated,
Right, yeah.
And so, one contrast that I see though, for me, it's easier to make female friends, but it's easier for me to make male mentors.
Okay.
Right? Do you like
can
find
see
that to be
that.
true in your?
I can see that. For me, I feel like I haven't really had many mentors, so I don't know if I'm really like the best person to like really give insight on that. But I think that men are definitely hustlers, like you said. So I feel like their mentality is a little bit different. They will give you the real. I think that sometimes women might have some sort of underlying, like, I don't know, issues. Sometimes it gets a little crazy sometimes when it's like competition a little bit. I feel like men do get their in by women all the time, but I feel like they're a little bit more eager to help you. But I feel like sometimes that comes with stipulations because they do want to mentor you, they want to help, but they think that it's X, Y, and Z.
Connected.
Yeah, they think they're gonna get they happy ending. So
Right.
That's such a hard, like, for me in the industry that I'm in, it's completely male dominated.
yeah,
Like, I started off as a door-to-door sales agent, and you literally never seen a girl go door to door, like
Right.
knocking at 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I made it possible for like in the industry that I'm in the energy industry. I mean, a lot of people know me now because of like I kind of made this pathway for women in a sense. And it's so crazy, like the rumors you hear. You're like, damn, for real, I did that.
No.
Didn't know that. And it's crazy because like even now, like with me having my own energy firm, there's not a lot of women who own their own brokerage firm for electricity. And my client happens to be NRG, so especially with them, like you don't see a lot of women. And it's so crazy that like a lot of my relationships had to end, like if I was talking to somebody because they're like, why are you out so late? Like, why is it only guys? Well, this is what I'm up against. This is kind of what I'm up against. So like, especially in this industry now, like with me being the owner, I've had it to where, like guys will come up to me like, yeah, so you're very beautiful. Like, can I talk to you? And I'm like, we're in the, I just hired you, right? Like, do you understand that? Yeah. Like, I'm just confused. Like, they miss that point.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I don't know, being in that space.
Yeah.
Like, but like you said, like I think as a mentor, like they're a little bit easier to like gravitate to.
Yeah. But like you were saying, they do be trying to push the envelope, but
They
it's
always,
like
they
they're
always
so down
do.
to help.
Yeah.
Like, do you do this with the other male employees?
right.
Okay. What goes on behind closed doors?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
I have no comment on that one.
No experience with it?
No comment on that one.
Okay. Well, before we end our show, I do want to have like a speed round of questions. Okay. So y'all, would you rather a year of being in the best relationship of your life or making the best money you've ever made?
Of course, I'm gonna choose the money.
Well, I think that goes back to what you were saying, though. Like it really depends on where you at in your life. Now, me personally, right now, best money. But ask me a year from now, my answer might be different.
Okay.
So for me personally, like I definitely would choose like the love, because I feel like if I met the right person, they're going to see what standards I have, and they're going to say, you know what? Scratch all that, girl. I got you. Right. You know, I'm going to take care of you. And not take care of me, but I feel like, you know, as my queen and as my woman, like, no.
Right.
We got this. Like, I've made some really good money, so it's just like, I don't know. I would definitely would go for love.
Never know.
Take me away.
Right? Okay, so what's your most random but strong opinion? I'll go first. Y'all, I hate when men have snacks. I don't know. Like, I just feel like a man should be eating a meal. I don't know. It's always, everyone always laughs when I say that. Like, I had an ex that just, like, had a bunch of snacks, and I, like, would, while he was asleep, like, throw away all his snacks because I'm like, why are you eating like a squirrel? Like, go eat you some fucking meat and potatoes. Like, what are you eating peanuts for? Like, I don't know.
That is hilarious.
That's just my random, like, strong opinion.
Okay.
Dang, that's a good question. I have no idea.
Like, is it broad or is it
Just
like
broad, like just the most random like thing that you just like. I just hate this,
Oh, hate. Okay.
or love it, or either way. Got to be a strong emotion behind it.
I'm still thinking.
You don't have intrusive thoughts?
Yeah, but like when they happen, like I'll be like, ooh.
You're like, ooh, not good.
The snack's just been on my heart. I don't know.
That is
Right, that's
that is
very
something.
random.
I said something the other day. One of my random thoughts was, I cringe when I see other guys pour shots in other guys' mouths. I'm like,
Oh,
That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
No, that's crazy.
why do y'all do that?
Why would you do that?
But you know what's so funny? I was talking to one of my friends, and I was like, we went to the movies together, me and her, and I was like, I don't know if I would feel some type of way if my man told me he went to the movies with one of his friends. Like, I don't know. Like, that just seems like a girl activity to me.
Right.
Maybe you, like, what do you... She's like, well, maybe it depends on what they're seeing. I'm like, okay, that's fair. But I don't know. So maybe that's mine. Like, you tell me you went to the movies.
Don't be going to the movies with no friend.
Yeah. What y'all, like, what?
Why you didn't bring me? Like,
You ain't got no girls.
right?
Like, what
Y'all
type
didn't
of,
want
like,
to
you
double
like, hey,
date?
bro, you want to go to
Right.
the movies? Like, what? Like, how did that conversation come about? I don't know.
Hey, bro, you want to go?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
Hey, you trying to go
Hey, bro.
see?
say me.
I don't know.
For real.
Yeah. I'm still
Yeah.
thinking. Let me think. I don't know if they're gonna eat me up for this.
I had something
It's
I really
supposed to
wanted to
be
say,
an
but I was like,
unpopular
I ain't
opinion.
getting canceled
Oh, okay.
today.
Hey, I know they about to eat
I
me
know
up
they
about these snacks.
Look,
Are they
men can go to the
canceling?
movies together.
I know. Okay, so I'm not gonna say the other one. What about nail paint? Like when they be painting their nails?
Hate it.
I hate that too.
Why are you doing that?
Like a color.
Yeah.
Or a design.
You know they be trying to do that.
Child.
Clear cut.
I date the 40 and ups. I don't that is problem.
40.
Imagine Pawpaw.
All right, 35 and ups. 35 and ups.
Okay. They ain't painting their nails. So.
35 and ups.
But some of these they be painting their nails.
Listen, I'm going for the high 20s right now, mid 20s.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
I know
Okay.
that's right.
That be working though. Like,
Not the YN.
Right. You like the YN?
Come here, sir. If you got
Go
your
for
money together and you know how to treat a girl, get your ass over
how older
here. I
men
could
and
teach you
younger men
things.
work.
I could
That's
teach you some
true.
things.
there's like a level of
you.
respect there that I
Yeah.
observe
Teach you
in
things
that
you
kind of
ain't never seen
relationship.
That's
before.
Big Mama.
Big mama. Big mama.
Yes.
Big mama for real.
Yes. Okay, that was fun. So you guys tell us where we can find you, network with you.
You guys can find me at Ania13 on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, okay. You can find me on Instagram. It's sid.love with 2 E's.
Nice. And mine is official Mandy K _ and Mandy is MANDI.
Not the Y.
Not the Y. MANDI.
Yes. So that was today's episode of the Healing Hour podcast. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you.
Bye.